This review contains spoilers. The group is sitting in a cave and talk about the egg, which doesn't glow as bright and that it's darker than in the episode before. On the next day they find a town. Rayla disguises herself as a human and they try to find help for the egg. Arriving in town they can watch a show fight. And one of the fighters is using a rare Sunforge blade which can cut through everything. The group breaks up. Rayla follows the guy with the dagger while Callum and Ezron are searching for someone who can help them. Callum and Ezron find an animal doctor. Callum speaks with the doctor about the dragon egg, but he cannot help them. But he tells them about a miracle what happened once. Callum and Ezron are meeting with Alice, the girl with a wolf, and she tells them the story about this miracle. Excited of the story from Alice, Ezron and Callum are deciding to go to this miracle healer who lives on the cursed mountain next to the town. Meanwhile, the guy with the dagger notices that he is followed and tries to run off, but Rayla has no problem to getting him. She talks with him and he tries to help her. Then he finds out that she's an elf and she attacks him to get the dagger. She then uses the dagger on her binding, but it doesn't work. She lets the dagger fall and leaves. The group meets again and talks about the findings. Right after this, they get hunted by a mob and kicked out of the town. Soren and Claudia start their search of the princess at the Winter Lodge. They are using tracking hounds, but they lose the trail. Claudia has the idea of a tracking spell, but she needs something personal to make this happen. Soren finds the hair of Rayla on a tree. Claudia then is searching for the ingredients, and after they find them, she tells Soren they have to climb to the top of the tallest mountain in Catolis. I like the episode quite a lot, so let's jump in. So let's begin with the negative things first, because it's just nitpicking. So Callum and Ezron talking with the doctor, and Ezron tells him a made-up name. And it seems to be a very strange name for the doctor. I don't know the world they live in, but none of their names is a well-known name in my opinion. Just Claudia, but that can be because I don't live in an English-speaking country, and Callum, Ezron, Soren and Viren are totally regular names in other countries. Another thing was in the same scene. Callum tells the story of what happened to the egg, and Ezron repeats it as if Callum was responsible for this, which he wasn't. Rayla wasn't able to hold it, and she dropped it. So this was the stuff I disliked. In the very beginning, Callum talks with Ezron about his feelings, about his fear of losing him, like he lost his mother. I really like this because it is a good example when it comes to the saying, blood is thicker than water. You don't have to be a biological sibling to have a strong bond with someone. And it was from the very beginning clear in this series that he cares deeply for his little brother. I also like the idea of how powerful the elfish weaponry is. A little dagger can make so much more damage than a sword of steel. It is a bit understandable that some human mages had the idea of using dark magic, what makes it not right at all. But I like this little detail of storytelling. Like the rule says, show, don't tell. I was very surprised that the wolf cub got its leg amputated, and that the father was saying that they not have enough food for the family. And to put her down would be a kindness because its pack wouldn't accept her and they would let her die. It is a pretty mature theme. And what I liked was it made me look a bit into this topic, and I think it's a very good sign when you feel encouraged to look into a topic. When Callum and Ezran leave Ellie, the wolf of her looks like it wanted to say something. I don't know if it was like this or if it was just for a joke. And this little cub was super cute. I'm also pretty sure that the two men who fought each other worked together. I think this because the first thing he says after Rayla catched him was that he won the money fair and square. The next thing was his behavior after she asked him to borrow her the dagger. His behavior was rather greedy. And Rayla had no problem whatsoever to get the weapon of his, and he begged her to not hurting him. If you see him the first time, he tells everyone he fought many monsters and there is nothing he fears. My point on this is just that I like it that not everything has to be said out loud. We learn also a lot about Rayla. How she sees humans and how she deals with problems says a lot of her character. She seems to be not that negative like she portrays the humans. She tries to stay kind and positive even if the situation isn't that ideal. And I like her sarcastic sense of humor sometimes. And last but not least, Claudia and Soren. If they go into the cave, Soren says something like magic involves always something creepy and gross. Then they find a beautiful cave with trees and firefly things. And Claudia is like, do you still think what you just said? Which is kind of funny if you think about how she uses magic that she has to suck the life out of things or kills disgusting spiders and has these black eyes. So yes, it's still gross and creepy. So I like this episode a lot and I look forward to the next one. So that was my review of episode 7. What did you think about this episode? Let me know in the comments below. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. Have a nice one. Take care. Bye.